Jason Reesdorf, and this is Waupaca Local Live.
dancer with leash.
Oh, welcome everybody to Waupaca Local Live. This is the Thursday Night Music Club. We're really excited to have Sunrise in the studio and going to the Grand National Lounge. I'm Marcy Boku, your host. I'm from the Waupaca Community Arts Board, and we're happy to be in partnership with 96.3 and 99.1 to put on this show once a month. So this is our April show. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Waupaca.
Thank you.
This is really a treat. We do try to find people from all genres of music. Genre? I just had an argument about that. What do you guys say? You say genre?
Genre.
See, I was right. Okay, genres of music. And we have had, I guess, our fair share of jazz on the station, but this is progressive jazz. Is that what you guys would classify it as? And I know it's original, so that makes it an extra special treat. So I guess I'd like to just start out by introducing everybody. We have two Jasons, Jason Riesdorf and Jason Gessel.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And we've got Ryan Thomas on drums. So welcome, gentlemen. I don't know if you guys you've been to Waupaca because you also play with Natural Satellite.
That's right.
And that's a fantastic, honestly, one of my favorite acts we've ever had because you're so musical and so talented. But have either of you guys been to Waupaca?
One other time.
One other time?
Yeah, it was to trade a cymbal for a snare drum. That's the only. So it was only a brief stint.
You were doing a music deal. Okay.
Yep.
What about you, Jason?
Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
Have you?
Yeah.
To play or just to play?
Just to hang out.
So let's talk music. So this is original music, and I guess I'm wondering, first of all, who is the writer, or is it a total collaboration? Tell me about your process.
I originally started writing some music because Natural Satellite was going on hiatus because we were having our second baby.
Right.
So I thought, well, I need to do something else because this is my job. So I started writing some different songs or tunes, I guess. And I had a few different people kind of come in, and then now I've been fortunate to have Jason and Ryan play with me.
Okay.
And a lot of times we have a bass player too, but so we play pretty much my originals and then a number of Jason's originals too.
Okay.
So the Jason squared originals here.
Right. So when you just hit on something I wanted to ask, and I'm sure a lot of other people, and there's no dumb questions, right? And especially when we talk classical or jazz, we're not all in those narrower fields of music. But when you said song and then you corrected yourself, tune, what would you refer to that melody or the motive? What would you say the melody is? Or what do you call them a song, or do you call them a tune or a piece?
Well, I guess
in jazz lingo.
Going to music school, I had it kind of drilled into me that if it has lyrics, then it's a song. And if it doesn't have lyrics, then it isn't a song. So
okay,
that's
you guys taking notes out there?
That's kind of
write that down.
how I've understood it, whether I remember it correctly or what. That's what's stuck in my head. So as far as I think it's their tunes or pieces of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably, let me just guess, do you get an idea for a melody? Because there was definitely a repeated melody in that last piece, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that melody is that that fluttery 16th kind of idea. That I originally came up with the bass line to that originally, and then I fell into the melody. It's these are all really vehicles for exploration. Is kind of my concept with this.
Right.
So and then kind of a heavy metal background too with that.
So you did say in your bio that you're about sonic exploration.
Yeah.
So you kind of provide just sort of like the starter for it, like it's like sourdough bread, and then it sort of takes off from there.
Yeah.
But I have to say, you guys were very, very tight. It's obvious, like, that there is some arrangement in there. You don't have charts. So my next question is, you guys play together. This is the group, right? It doesn't have other jazz people, like people sit in and they have a common body of music, and you can sit in and you can improvise from there. But this group, how would somebody come into this and be able to fit in? Do you ever do that with your original stuff?
Yes, and sometimes it fails pretty spectacularly. Now that I have Jason and Ryan playing with me primarily, I really don't like to play this music without them.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. It'd be hard to, right?
And when bass players have been kind of hard to come by to get, we have a number of really wonderful bass players that have played in Sunrise Project, and you know, they're busy as well because they're playing and have different groups that they play in as well. So I'm still trying to nail the one bass player that's going to be with us all the time, but we have a couple that I'd like to be with us all the time. But
when did you guys start playing as Sunrise?
Well, Sunrise Project has existed since May of last year.
So not even a year old.
Yeah, and Jason and Ryan, we had our first show. It was the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
That was our first show together with
So
Travis on bass.
So you played for about 4 months at home, just trying to work on the material, and then you went out with your material.
I wrote maybe five tunes, and then went and played a show at Vines and Rushes with two of my friends from college, and I had to get it out there because I knew that the only way that this was going to get figured out is by playing live and figuring it out. So fortunately, I've made some relationships with people that allow me to kind of go in and figure things out on the job.
So those venues that you can do that at are open and probably like that, right? They probably like that you're bringing the new material there, trying it out. That's kind of a special thing, actually.
I've been very
I
fortunate
think it
with
is.
that.
All right, so you went to music school. Did you go to Point?
I did.
Okay. And what about you, Jason, number two?
Yes, I went to music school for a little bit. I went to Eau Claire.
Okay. They've got a good school up there. All right, and what about you?
I did. I did my undergrad in University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, and then I did a semester of grad school in Rochester, Michigan.
Okay. So you guys have all been thoroughly trained. Did you guys all study jazz? I think you mentioned you were doing some heavy metal at some point.
In school, I didn't study jazz. I was in the jazz ensembles, but my degree was music, business, and recording technology. And then when I went to grad school, it was world percussion performance. But I've always liked jazz, I've always liked it, but when I was in college, I really got to explore that a little bit, which was really nice.
Okay.
But I played in heavy metal bands throughout college, too, ever since I was like 15 through... I still play in a couple, so yeah.
Yeah? All right, so you've been playing music pretty much since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I was about 8.
All right, did you have a decent music program at your school? Or?
Yeah, I've always had a supportive background, too, which has always been nice, so...
Okay, what about you guys? You been playing music all your lives?
Yep.
When did you get your first guitar?
When I was 9.
When you were 9.
Yep.
It is painful. I think especially if the kid starts on an acoustic guitar that's adult size, I feel sorry
too
for
big.
those kids.
So I got an acoustic at first, but then right away they're like, no, get an electric, put light strings on it, because it
Makes
shouldn't
it
be,
easier.
it shouldn't be like you're trying to run with shoes that are too big for you. So
Right.
finding the right guitar for the ages is key.
Okay, and how about you? When did you start playing sax?
I started playing sax in 8th grade. I started playing clarinet. I first wanted to play flute, and I think the guy at the music store needed to sell this clarinet. So he was like, "Oh, you don't want to play flute? When I play flute, I get lightheaded, and I feel like I'm going to pass out. Here, you should play the clarinet." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll play the clarinet." And I was just excited to get an instrument and just start playing. I mean, I remember getting it home and just being so excited to put it together and just blowing so hard. I just could barely it took me like 3 days to even get a sound out of it, just to figure out how hard I needed to blow and get my face right to make it make it work. So, but yeah, once I started playing saxophone, it's I played clarinet all through high school and at UWSP, part of the jazz, as a saxophone jazz major, I needed to take clarinet lessons and flute lessons as well. So,
so you did get to play the flute eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I did actually on National Satellite's first record. I played flute on it, and very poorly, but it's there. I can do the Mario Kart theme on it.
Mario Kart theme. Well, your kids, as they grow up, will appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your first tune that you did was March of the Oysters. And what also I wanted to just ask, I know this is another kind of weird question, but when jazz groups do songs and there's no lyrics, so it's not actually a song, but they come up with these names.
Yeah.
And this one, March of the Oysters, what does that all refer to?
So this one is a reference to Alice in Wonderland. Naima, my daughter, she loves all the Disney movies. So Alice in Wonderland is one that gets in the rotation, and so this is my version of the Oysters Death March. When Tweedledee and Tweedledum tell the story of the carpenter and the walrus.
Wow.
So this is my version of their Death March. The Alice in Wonderland version is much more happy sounding.
Right. It's for children after all.
Yeah.
Well, I really liked that. I really liked that piece. What are you going to play next?
We're gonna play "Leash on a Freak." And this one's inspired by I got into heavy metal pretty young, and Korn was one of my first bands that I really started getting into, and they have a song called "Freak on a Leash." So this one's "Leash on a Freak." So any Korn fans out there, you'll hear a little bit of where this is coming from. So.
All right, Sunrise, "Leash on a Freak." Let's hear another song from these guys.
All right.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
You know, one thing I just want to comment on is it's just so cool. I mean, I wish everybody that's watching on Facebook could be in the studio right now because you just like get involved with that melody. I mean, it is a melody after all, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
we would probably call that a motive in classical, maybe. I don't know. But it's just like it keeps getting passed back and forth, and then you're kind of doing it. You're not really doing it, but you're doing something organized around it. It's just so cool to hear that all kind of come together.
Thank you.
Really, really cool. Okay, so are you guys working on the idea of recording it all? I know that you had some YouTube videos that you sent us.
Yeah. So yeah, I've taken some YouTube videos on my phone and just put stuff up just you know for demo purposes.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to. Sometimes it can be hard to describe this to people when I'm trying to get more gigs for us to play out, and so here this is what it sounds like. But we've recorded a little bit at actually Sun Goose Records. Jason's the founder of Sun Goose Records.
Sun Goose Records?
Yeah.
Where's that located?
Oshkosh.
Okay. And are you involved because you went to school for that, didn't you?
No, Sun Goose wasn't around when I was in school. It's fairly newer.
It's brand
Okay.
new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Is it in your
when officially?
basement or your garage?
No, we have a recording studio on the corner of Main and Parkway in Oshkosh. It was a recording studio for many, many years. Topsoil Records used to operate there between 2000 and 2010.
Okay.
So lots of punk rock, rockabilly records. Whenever we post photos being in the studio, people are like, oh man, I recorded there like 20 years ago. So cool, it's open again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So has that kind of become your job then, running the studio?
The record label.
The record label.
Yeah, and then the studio is there to record music for the record label. The record label focuses on digital distribution and sync licensing.
Okay. Wow, you guys are serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So to
Yeah.
answer your question,
Yes,
though,
sorry.
we are scheduled to be going into the studio next weekend, Sunday, Monday. So we're playing, obviously tonight, and then tomorrow we're playing at the Eau Claire Jazz Crawl. So that'll be a good another practice run for us, and then next week we have a number of performances lined up to kind of get warmed
Just
up.
kinda
for
clinch
the
it a
session.
little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you're going to go in and record how many pieces, do you think? Or not really decided?
As many as we get the right take, I guess. Is,
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, it could be 3 or 8. We'll see. We have a good handful of tunes that we could lay down. It's just we got to capture the magic all at the same time.
All right. I want to shift gears a little and just kind of ask, because I know that you play with Natural Satellite, which is, you're playing with your wife, is it Carly?
Yep.
And she plays cello, so if you have a chance to listen to Natural Satellite, make sure that you do it. Are you guys going to be at Mile of Music again?
I
Or
expect
not
to be.
Yeah,
It's
okay, that's
nothing's
decided yet.
official, but Ian and I
Okay.
have been conversating. So
Okay, so do you play with any other combinations? besides this group? I think you sit in with a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah. There's a couple of cover bands that I play in. There's another original band that I play in. He's calling it Western psychedelic folk.
That sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it is. It's I tend to gravitate towards that kind of thing. So, yeah, Isaiah and the New People, which Isaiah just released a 4-track EP. So you can go on isaiahandthenewpeople.com and you'll find those recordings there. We'll call that a demo. We did that at Rock Garden Studios in Appleton. So
nice.
That and whoever, Jazz Orgy and
right.
That kind of thing.
Okay, we can get back to Jazz Orgy in a minute because I just want to talk a little bit about that. But what other groups do you play with, or not?
My wife and I have had a full-time touring group for 10 years called Sunday and Mr. Gessel. We'll be playing at Great Northern Distillery on Tuesday.
Okay.
And we spent half of that time just living and touring full-time on a motorhome.
Wow.
And doing this little act. It's kind of like Les Paul and Mary Ford. And
Was it fun?
It's super fun.
And you still married?
Oh yeah. Still married.
That's great. I saw your wedding ring. I thought,
Yep. And her name's Kate Voss, and we also have a band called Kate Voss and the Hot Sauce. We'll be playing this summer.
You're playing at our jazz festival.
Yes, we're playing at the jazz festival.
You are.
Yep. And then I have my own group of all originals called Jason and the Jazzernauts. We just had a little tour last week.
You got some good names of bands, and I'm sure that they're great. Can't wait to hear Kate Voss and the Hot Sauce. All right.
Yes. So I play with a group called the Chalkdown Trio. It's a jazz guitar trio based out of Oshkosh.
3 guitars?
No, it's a 3-piece.
I was going to say, wait a minute. 3 guitars.
That would be crazy.
Yes.
I want to try that. I'm going to try that someday, though. So 3-piece guitar trio.
Okay.
So guitar is the main focal point because it's bass and drums after that. And then I play with this group. It's always hard to keep track because I do a lot of freelance too. I also play with a singer-songwriter named Cody James. Whenever he does his trio stuff, he does a lot of soul stuff. But when he ever has a band, I play with him. Okay. And then I often fill in with a group called Jeremiah Jam's Band, and they're kind of a jam rock. Yeah.
My brother plays bass in there.
Oh, he's your brother.
Rod.
Oh, I love Rod. He's so fun to play with.
He's fun, but he's funny. Yeah. And he's my brother, so.
Yeah, I just played with them last weekend, so.
Oh, that's hilarious. The music is kind of a cool world, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
a lot
really
of cool.
You're always going to make connections.
Yeah.
He might be I don't think he'd be a good bass player for this group. Yeah, I don't know.
I can see
Sorry,
him
Rod.
doing it. I can see him
Talking
doing
about you. Could you see him I mean, he's a really great musician.
Yeah, he's killer. Yeah, he's so fun to play with. He plays a bass line. I'm just like,
I know.
what?
Yeah, it's amazing. So, are all you guys basically making your living on music? And would you recommend that that's a good thing for people to do, or not? Yes, no, over here. No, well, you just came off the road 10 years.
Yeah, no,
Maybe you're tired of it.
It's been great. It's just you never get a vacation, you never get time off when you're not touring. You're writing contracts and getting gigs and booking the tours for a year later, doing art conferences and traveling, and it's constant. It never stops. And if it stops, then the money stops. So you can't stop.
Yeah, every day you have to get up and get a job, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be stressful.
It's like
what about
applying
you?
for 150 jobs a year.
Right.
Yeah. If you have to do it, then you should do it. I have to do this. I figured out a few years ago that I really can't work for people in a regular job situation anymore. So I have to do this. So it's I can't do anything else. This is So if you got to be a little crazy, I think, and I think that's kind of where I fall. So I need to do this.
And Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, I work at a music store.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, 4 days a week, usually at the Hyde Musics in Oshkosh, and then I gig out, and then so I'm always surrounded by music.
Yeah,
great,
well, that's
so,
the thing is, you can express music through other things too, and I think it's cool to work. And we'll talk a little bit more about other venues, but I want to hear one more song, or we're going to hear 2 more songs from you guys. What's the next one? I already forgot.
7.
Seven.
Yeah.
Seven. All right, let's have a hand for Sunrise again. Sunrise Project.
Yes. That's pretty good.
That one just kind of exploded at the end. Oh my gosh. We got a great studio audience tonight. I'm glad you guys all came. So that was great. So do you guys ever do anything like in 4/4?
Well, Leash on a Freak was in 4. I think. I don't know. I don't write these.
So you don't write anything down? That was my other question. Like, how do you teach these guys what you want? What's in your head? Do you just get together and you play it, and then they hear it?
Well, 7 is funny. When we first started playing that one, we were rehearsing for Jason's birthday show at Beckett's, and Slandy was playing bass with us, and we started our practice with, "Hey, we're gonna play 7." So that's what we did. We started our practice with learning this tune by ear. And that's how we did it. So that's as far as I know, there isn't a chart.
No chart.
Okay. Yeah, that would be another whole monumental task to write out charts for everybody anyway, right?
Well, yeah, and that's
Yeah. And you
kind
know
of
what I
why I
mean.
don't have charts for a lot of them.
Okay. All right. Okay. I get it. I wanted to ask if any of you guys are doing any teaching. I think you might have done some teaching. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
Carly did.
have. I don't. Well, actually, last night Carly and I, Natural Satellite, we did a songwriting clinic
Okay.
in Oshkosh for the 4-H club. So that was fun to participate in that and do that. We had all the kids helped write lyrics and helped kind of direct Carly on what chords we should play. And,
Oh, fun.
yeah, that was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
there should be some stuff on the internet at some point
Coming out about
on
that?
too. So
Okay. What about you, other Jason?
I taught a little bit in high school and a little bit in college, and
Okay.
then I just started playing full time.
Didn't have time for it.
And just played full time.
Okay. What about you?
I taught primarily when I was in my undergrad at college for a little bit, and then a little bit in grad school, and then when I moved back to Wisconsin, I only teach 2 students right now.
Okay.
Just because
You're busy.
with that and just like gigging and then having a day job too, so.
Okay. And Jason, number 1, what about you? Anything else you want to mention? I know you had a baby this year.
yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've got
we
two
have
kids,
2. Right? Yeah, 3.5-year-old girl and an 8-month-old boy. I check out Sunrise Project. We're on Facebook. I'm working on getting a website built for us. We'll be on the lookout for a new record coming out.
Fabulous.
Yeah, if fate has it that it comes out this summer, late summer, that'd be great. But
All right.
we're rolling with it. Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're all going to cross paths again. It's been a really big pleasure meeting all of you. All right, so what's our last song?
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope. What a great way to end the night. Sunrise, everybody.
Bass solo. No bass solo. No bass solo. Right. Yeah. Let's go right into the beautiful section. Yeah, you play it. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.